Hey everyone, Brittany Harlow with Verified News Network, VNN. Thank you so much, Verified News community, for tuning in to another live stream. Today is December news. It has been a crazy, crazy day. I'm so tired. Um, and I'm in that between point where we have so much work and so many crazy things that are going on, but we're still pushing for more funding and to get me some help. And we're so close. We have so many journalists that are on board with us for this independent news journey that we're all going on together. You, of course, out there are verified newsies, are verified news leaders, making up a big part of our verified news community, the biggest part. So thank you. We also have journalists in 6 states, including Oklahoma, where I am now. And we just added last month, it's hard to say that, knowing that November is over and this is the last month of the year. Um, we just added another journalist here in Oklahoma, Jenna James. She's going to be writing some great stories, some great local content, some national content. I've honestly been trying to get her for a long time. So thank you, Jenna, for finally being able to join us. We're so excited for what we're going to be doing together. Just a quick thing, real quick. I wanted to, of course, always open this up for everyone to be a part of the conversation. Harlow at Verified News Network is my email. I'm going to be checking it as during all of our lives, which are on Wednesdays. And you can also just drop something in the chat. I'm monitoring the chat. Uh, we're very thankful for everyone who takes the time to even tune in for a couple minutes to see the news stories that we're working on. And like I said, today was a big, long day, and I'm excited and thrilled that we got through everything, but also kind of ready to go to bed at this point. It's 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night, as it always is when we do these live streams. So I'm not sure what time it is where you are, but thank you for being with us. Oh man, it's Wednesday, and I think it was just on Monday that I was at Northeastern State University in Tahlequah speaking with some of their students there about that's where I graduated, about our journey at VNN, how that all came about. It was a really great conversation. I think that I've done maybe a dozen or so public speaking events since VNN, and I've never had as much engagement. We have a lot of great news coming from that direction, but I can't really get into that right now because it's still in the works. But stay tuned as always. Uh, I want to just kind of jump into this week and the app. If you're not familiar with our network, Verified News Network, VNN, we operate off of a social news media platform that we created ourselves, and it's located at app.verifiednews.network. This is what it looks like. The top story, of course, how to protect your child from online predators. I am so thrilled to be able to share this new series with everyone. It's part of our new Love and Protect series that is sponsored by KO Fitness and Firearms out of Henrietta. We did a story about them a couple months ago, and their Philip Agee, the owner, just blew me away with how caring he is for his community. He has a lot of great things in the work in that area, helping people, empowering people. So naturally, our big thing is empowering people, specifically women, minorities, and entrepreneurs through news media. And so we are somewhat on a parallel journey of empowerment. And I'm so glad that we're going to be working together for this foreseeable future with this new series that is designed to educate and inform and help people protect not only themselves, but their loved ones as well. And so check that story out. We sent an email about it. We're just really excited to be able to present this series. It's our third series that we've presented. And of course, the other one that we have right now is our long ongoing series, Cannabis Weekly. So we're excited to keep sharing that content through the month of December at least. Going back to the app right now, We go back to the homepage here. This second story from the top is one that I am so excited to talk about. This is something that has been kind of going around in my brain for a good amount of time. It's called VNN Code Catchers, and I really love the idea of playing games and making learning and education fun, and that doesn't need to stop when you're out of school, college, whatever it may be. And so we actually, starting today, are going to be hiding codes inside of our VNN news stories. And let me go to another screen here so that you can see what this setup actually looks like. And you can see right there, the first code is Catch Me, and that is the story code. You click on it, like that's an embedded link. All you have to do is click on it, put your information in, put that code into the website, and then you're entered to win prize. And we have different sponsors every month. And this first month of December, which started today, is going to be Elevate Holistics, of course, our top sponsor there. You can check them out right there. But there's not just one way to get points here. And so, of course, there's the story codes, but you can also tell us what you liked about the story that the code was in, what you didn't like about that story. And if you do all those, that's 3 points per story. And every point that you get is a chance to win that month's prize. And so the month of December is a $100 Visa gift card. We love giving stuff away. We love helping people out. And if we can get some more members of our verified news community along the way, then we're definitely thrilled to do that. But as you can see, it's super easy. It has a lot to deal with. This journey that we're on at VNN to find our place and where we fit in the world of news, because we're not traditional. Uh, Obviously, we have a social news media platform where our whole big deal is about doing news a different way, a better way. And so we're experimenting with how to engage with people, how to get trust back into the news industry, how to really connect with people on a personal level. And of course, as I said, we love giving stuff away. And so that really brings me a lot of joy, especially around the holidays. It literally could not be easier to win. And I forgot to mention that there's actually 4 ways that you could win. Uh, and get entries to win VNN code catchers. There's entering the code, which is one. There is actually sharing it. And so you can screenshot that you shared it on Facebook or whatever that story that the code was in, upload that screenshot. That's another chance to win. And then, of course, saying what you liked and or didn't like about that story. That's 4 points. And I think that if you're watching this, then you actually care about verified news. And so we are going to be doing something even more with those points. Totally optional, of course, just different ways that you can play and be involved. And we're going to be having even more ways to get points in the new year. But what can you do with those points? You've seen, obviously, in the past, we've done a lot of reporting, and we're doing even more soon about the metaverse. And we have set up a Discord channel, and we're actually I'm not sure if I've even announced this before, but if not, then this is kind of an Easter egg hidden here for people that are watching this live stream, or watching it at a different day if they're not watching it live. But we're also going to be getting into the NFT market, which is something a lot of smaller local news organizations aren't doing. There's not a lot of reporting in that space for just your average person. Like I feel like it's not obviously very mainstream. It's something that's still developing right now, and of course, like we're watching history in the making with this, virtual reality, um, Web3, and all of these technological advances and what that's going to mean for the future. But it's definitely none of this stuff is mainstream. And that is why I think one of the reasons why I think it's perfect for us, because we're definitely not mainstream. And so thank you for being interested. Like I mentioned before, we went to a college earlier this week, and it was the first time that I had, been in front of a big group of people. and I had asked everyone how familiar they were with NFTs. And this is like, these are college kids. They're ahead of the curve as far as technology a lot of the times. And about half of them were, knowledgeable or somewhat had even heard of them. And so this is rapidly evolving technology, and I don't want anyone left behind. I don't know a lot about this space, this virtual reality, what everyone is doing to get a piece of it, but I know that I have a lot of questions and I feel like it's very interesting. And so I'm looking forward to taking at least a little bit of our company in that direction and definitely having you guys along for the ride. So if you are interested in that, let me know. If you're not interested in that, let me know. I want to, report on things that are important to you. Of course, a worry that I had had when everyone's going over to the metaverse is, well, we still have a physical world here to report on, like, what's gonna be the deal with that, but I could honestly, even in very soon, see VNN as having, reporters in the physical realm, but also in the metaverse reporting on stories and kind of bridging that gap. I think that is a really cool concept that we definitely wanna explore. Just a couple other things I wanted to go over. We had, a new post, and actually 2, if you caught the one that was about our new series, Love and Protect. Again, so excited to be sharing those stories, and that's something that I think that's, like, missing a lot from our network is those stories about keeping safe and kind of staying ahead of the curve. And like I said, we do a lot of business empowerment. We do a lot of uh, justice involved, but we don't do a lot of, uh, defense, self defense empowerment. And so I feel like that is super important. If you go ahead and look at our Substack, you will notice that I recently uploaded a news leaders only. Those are for our premium paid subscribers to our Substack. I will give you a little hint though. It's all about like my journey with news this week, and even something as simple as picking out a Christmas tree, which I, posted a story about a Christmas tree, uh, different suppliers here in the local area, because that was something that I wanted to know. And I was like, well, if I want to know, I feel like other people are going to want to know. And so not only did I post that story after looking around in the area, but I also went and actually bought my tree from one of those people because that was the whole point. But I felt like it was really demonstrative of why I'm a journalist and why I feel like it's very important to be this voice and this source of information. Because literally, if you have questions, if you have things that you want to know about, things that you want to tell me about, things that you want to share, like I'm just a conduit for getting the word out there for issues that are important to you. So, this is just a quick one. As you can tell, I'm still a little sick a little bit. Um, I probably will have cough drops very close for the rest of my life. It seems like once I stop being sick, I'm sick again shortly after. But I did want to say thank you so much, Verified News community. I hope that this has been really interesting. I hope that you have been able to get a lot from our network, especially how much great, awesome things that we have going on. I do these live streams every Wednesday night as much as I can. Sometimes I miss, obviously, I have a family, I have a lot of stuff going on, but VNN is so important to me, and all of you guys are so important to me. So I definitely try to make that every Wednesday night. It was at 8:30. I feel like 8 is working out really well. Subscribe. We have a couple of different ways that you can get involved. As I mentioned, my email, bharlow@verifiednews.network. Drop me a line. And then if you want to support us, we do have that Substack that I mentioned, as well as a Patreon. But really just go to verifiednews.network, our website, and help us spread the word about what we're doing. Share stories about your community members that you believe need coverage, deserve news coverage. We just want to be, again, as I said, a source for you. Imagine if you were a news reporter. That's essentially, I want to be your news reporter. I want our VNN journalists to be your journalists, and that I feel like should be everybody's job. We don't have any kind of agenda. We do public outreach, and everyone's always asking me, what's your agenda? What's your angle? What is your mission? And our mission is literally to be a voice for people. And so our agenda, our our slant, whatever you want to call it, is what the person that we're doing a story about is. We're, helping them get their story out, or we're researching and looking up news and information that we feel is important for people to know about. And that is pretty much the bottom line. So, thank you again so much for your support. Thank you for tuning in. Come back next Wednesday for another live stream. We're going to be talking about some new and interesting things. I hope I have some really cool updates by then. I'm sure I will, about some things that we have in the works. I got meetings for the rest of the week, and I'm so excited. Again, on those channels, that Substack and that Patreon, those are where you're going to get the behind the scenes look at what we're doing as we're doing it. And we have actually a lot of other platforms that we're going to be using to get you behind the scenes even further. So thank you